Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? So I wanted to talk you through my process of, how I go about my day when I'm trading. Now, hopefully it can bring some light to you all and help you understand, from my perspective, what I look for and how I conduct myself when a trade is on. So I've just built these trades in euro right now. Why? Because I've woken up and I've come to the charts. I've had a look at what's gone on. Euro's taken a drop and I've found this pattern. Asia marks price up. It drops it before the open of Frankfurt. Frankfurt marks price up alongside Eurozone and the London Open. It drops price. So the logic says to me, I'm expecting price to move up now. Now I've got a green vector candle and I'm building positions inside of what looks like to be the test of the 50 EMA. So I've loaded up positions right here. I've opened some positions up here as well. My logic says that based on the green vector candles inside of these zones right here, I'm expecting price to move up. Where am I trading to, you say? Well, I'm trading towards this red vector candle. What's going on with dollar? Well, dollar's made a retrace back to the 50 and rejected it and sold aggressively from there. And it's selling from the highs. Now I'm going to be assuming that they're going to try and come down. That's all I can do because dollar's done nothing but move up. So naturally, I'm going to be expecting them to take some profits. Okay, cool. Go back into euro. And now I'm going to wait and anticipate the move to the upside. You see, when it comes to taking a trade, ladies and gentlemen, we have no idea what they're going to do next. We don't. And don't tire yourself in studying the hybrid system to make you believe that anytime you take a trade, have you missed anything? Because you won't know if you've missed anything, because if the move happens straight away, you would think to yourself that you've got everything correct. Again, trading is about what point is your trading psyche challenged? So when I get up in the morning, I have my cup of ginger to get myself alive and kicking. I open up the charts. It's the first thing I do. Open up the charts. What has happened in the markets? Well, I didn't really expect much to happen given that we do have news announcements coming into play. So then I say to myself, all right, then what am I going to do? Well, I've opened a trade right now and I've said to you guys, don't take any trades during the news announcements. That's correct. But I've got an opportunity right now because at the end of the day, the Forex market will still move. They might not move great, but I'm not looking for much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not looking for a big move. Euro would have to trade completely flat and not do anything, and that's not going to happen. But I've decided to take advantage of the opportunity right now because I believe that this area right here is a zone that they're manipulating, getting ready to start a move up. How much of a move up is a different story. I won't know until my positions are being challenged. Monday, I don't trade. I love watching the markets on a Monday just to witness the madness that unfolds. And what keeps me out of the charts on a Monday is knowing that there are people trying to grab moves on a Monday and they're just burning their money. Now, naturally, there are people that do take advantage of a Monday and they kill it. And well done to those guys. But I've played that game too many times and I've understood what it's like to get burnt. And I made the vow that I wouldn't take any trades on a Monday. And if I did, I would not risk too much capital. I take trading very, very seriously. I am obsessed with it. Okay? Some of you might say, yeah, we're gamblers. Some of you might say it's just at the end of the day, it's luck. I would beg to differ. We're not gambling. Gambling is not having an idea where you're going and not having and trading with the mindset of a gambler. You know, a gambler will tell you how much he can win. A trader will tell you how much he can lose. So the idea is to get yourself into a situation where you know how much you can lose. And then what happens after that is completely out of your control. You have no bearings to where the market is going to go next for an indefinite zone. I don't know if it's going to go towards this red vector candle, but my experience in the market tells me that when it stabilizes after a big move, there's going to be some normality in the chart and they're going to try and move back towards that zone. I know that looking at this green vector candle zone right here, some might be thinking, oh my God, it's going to start dropping now, but I'm expecting them to retrace the vector candle anyway. So I'm managing my expectations. I'm managing my thought process. I'm managing my trading psyche. I have no reason to get out of this trade right now because I expect them to go back into this vector candle zone. If they break below the vector candle and go beyond this zone right here, then I'm out of my trade. I've allocated the amount of money I'm prepared to lose. I have no reasons to get emotional. Wonderful. Now I'm getting more information about this. The red vector candle that appears at the 50 EMA on the 1 minute time frame, and if it doesn't break the 50, that tells me that's them getting ready to add more longs and initiate a move back up. I know that to be the case because I've seen it happen so many times. Will it happen now? Well, that's the thing about trading. It doesn't always happen the way or the time that you expect it to, but you have to be in a trade to test that idea, because the next time you do get in this situation, you might say to yourself, well, I won't make a trade right now. I'll wait to see how it fares, because if I'm favoring a long in this area on the idea that the red vector candle has appeared but not broken the 50 EMA cloud, I'll then try and run along. But if it doesn't work, then I would have preserved my capital. You won't know what the chart's going to present next. You are trading the oblivion. You are trading the unknown. And the more you align yourself with trading at the right time, trading for a specific period of time. You saw those stats yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a sad story. Oh, you can get a funded account. You can get $250,000 trading and what have you. The stats are disgusting. It is wrong. And my goal is to try and get you guys to just have that awareness about your trading, to only trade at certain times, to only have certain amount of exposure on your account, to only allow yourself to say, I'm going to go into my charts. If I don't find a window of opportunity, that means I won't have a window of opportunity. I'm not going to force a trade. The less you trade, the more you earn. Why? Because the less you trade, the more, or should I say, the less you are challenging your trading psyche. And the less you trade, the more you can focus on the execution and the behavior of your trade and avoid getting yourself so emotional about it not working out. Because you open one trade, it goes against you. Okay, cool, I can deal with that. You open another trade, it goes against you. Ah, man, I'm getting a bit cheesed off right now. It goes against you again. You're like, hold on a second, man. I've studied the hybrid system for 2 years and it's still not sinking in. What's going on? Who says it's anything to do with the hybrid system? Who says it's anything to do with you? The markets have been terrible. How do you trade this? How do you trade this? This up and down BS. This ranged out behavior. Doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything. It's not your fault. It's not the hybrid's fault. The market's not giving you anything. So you then don't trade. We look at the chart right now. We've had our move. We've had our story. This is an example of why watching every single candlestick is going to give you information. If there's anything you take away from this, ladies and gentlemen, it's always study the candlesticks. Then refer to your EMAs, then refer to something else. You have to be watching these little bad boys right here, because these little bad boys are going to give you the clues as to what could be potentially happening. We've been watching this. How is it I understand that in this zone that Euro's going to try and come out of it to come and recover this vector candle region? I'm waiting for them to try and pump up into this zone. Yeah, I've had a bit of a pump. What have I got? $246 gain, 0.1% on the account. And now we've got, well, it's going up 426 now. You see why I don't need to be in a trade for long to just make myself at least $500 every time I take a trade. And it doesn't always work out like that. I might lose this. It might just completely collapse down right now. I've taken the risk because I believe it's going to go in and do a little bit more. I mean, fuck, I could actually add to the account. I could add to the position. I'm cool with doing that. I'll do that right now. No, I'm not going to do that, actually, because that's me. You see? Do you see the battle that happens in my mind? I'm thinking to myself, I could add to this trade because I believe it's going to start moving up. Why be greedy? Why try and fill the positions up? What's the point? I've built enough positions in there. I've caught the move. And look at how close I am to the entry. My goal is to use the most amount of money for the shortest period of time to make the most amount of money on the smallest move possible. This is the smallest move possible for me. Do I believe it can continue? Yeah. But look where we are. Inflation data's coming out soon. I could end up giving it all back. What if I see a green vector candle continuation happening here? All right, well, what if that's going to be the case? Okay, well, let's see if it's going to be the case, ladies and gentlemen. Green vector candle continuation in this zone. Remember, it's a 1 minute time frame. I'm watching this. 90% of the time, guys, when I'm coming to trade and taking an opportunity, I have to be in the trade to understand where I'm at with it. Because any analysis that you do beforehand could be irrelevant by the time you open the trade. So you do your analysis when the trade is open. Of course, that's a bit of a stupid thing to say to you. But if you've already been watching the asset and you have an understanding of the hybrid system, you'd be looking back and saying, hold on, we've just had a big move to the downside. They've already tried once. They're going to come down. They've already tried to go for again. They retrace, but this time they've come back down. And that's where I've loaded up my positions. And they've just given this big pump to the upside. I naturally expect them to try and move price back up at least towards this zone to bring some level into the marketplace. One more hit to the upside. Why? Well, if you look at this, the green vector candle continuation principle has sort of worked out. So far, so good. We only go over to the dollar dominance and we say to ourselves, okay, what's going on there? Well, dollar's gone down and tested the 200 EMA. So this is where I naturally expect dollar to start getting a little bit tricky for me. I've got the daily open over there. There's only every reason for them to come to the daily open. That would be the only place in the chart that I would expect dollar to come and test. And hopefully they do it as fast as they can. Ultimately, guys, when you're coming to the charts and you're trying, and in the back of your mind, you're saying to yourself, do I feel comfortable in the learning that I've taken from the hybrid system? Have I watched all the masterclass sessions? Have I done everything that is necessary? Listen, the masterclass sessions, they have their weight in gold. If you have access to them and you get the time to watch them, watch them. But is it an absolute necessity that you watch all of the masterclass sessions? No. You watch the ones that are, how can I say it to you? You watch the ones that you can make reference to. When you go to a library, do you go in there to read every single book? No, you go for a reference. You go and find a book that's relevant to what you're looking for or trying to understand. Research. Okay? That's the way the masterclass sessions work. But in my honest opinion, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to learn this game of trading, especially with the hybrid system, this is what I'm looking at 99% of the time. Everything I have is right in front of me. I've got nothing going on my other screens. I don't have no exo charts up. It's only when I'm trading futures. And even then when I'm trading futures markets, all right, I'm actually looking at this chart because I've got the indicator right here that will give me the vector candles. I'll see the pivot points. I'll see everything that I need for it. I've got US 30 right now sat at monthly support. That makes sense because look, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's something brewing here. We've got two tricky zones in the US 30, one up there and then one over here. Inflation data comes out great, it pumps up and then it comes down because overall the inflation is still high. We know that money supply is getting cheaper. Inflation rates interest rates might keep on going up. We're waiting for the two reactions. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress it enough to you. The candlesticks are your savior. The EMAs, they will give you a bit of a guidance on direction. Okay? I know I use Bookmap, I use all sorts of stuff. All right? But there are so many people that use the hybrid in so many different ways. But for the new guy coming in, you get this on your charts and you sit and you watch it. Go on the 1 minute time frame, go on the 5 minute time frame, because that's all I'm doing. I wake up in the morning, I come to the chart. Have I seen a bold move happen? Yes. Do I have an area in the chart that it could trade back to? Yes, I do. And that's this area right here. And this is where the 4-hour concept comes into play. If Euro has not made the move, at least within 2 hours towards this zone, I'm out of my trade. And in those 2 hours, it has to stay inside of this area right here because I ain't going to take shit from Mr. Market Maker. No way. He is not going to get a discount on my position. I'll at least let him see, maybe because he's got a club card reward with me, I'll let him see price down at this point right here. But he ain't going to get wholesale discount on my account and then make me hold a position all the way down to this point because I believe it's going to form a W formation. Hell no. No way. I won't do it. He ain't getting me in that trap. Been on that date with them too many times. And I always had to pay the bloody bill. Don't get it twisted. I don't mind paying the bill. If I go on a date, I will always pay the bill because that's what a gentleman does. But when you're on a date with the market maker, fucking hell, man, it's an absolute nut job. It doesn't work. But regardless of that, ladies and gentlemen, here you're seeing the chart right now. Can you see that this zone, everything seems to be moving pretty fast. There seems to be behavior here. We picked the right spot because there's activity here. That's what you're looking for. When you see price just going sideways, not doing anything, there's no opportunity. Have you had the volatility in the move? That's all I look for. I got up this morning, I saw that candlestick. That's my target that I'm aiming for. And Euro will eventually go into that zone. It might come down a bit like it's doing now, but I'm already getting clues that they're trying to come in and move Euro because there's vectors appearing inside of these zones with strong conviction to move away from this range. All I have to do now is just wait for Euro to make that play. Has this triggered anything? Has this got you into thinking anything? I have to keep my trading as simple as possible because I absorb too much information. I make reference to Bookmap, I got extra charts, I got high block, I got all sorts of shit going left, right, and center. And I don't blame you guys if you're like, oh my God, there's loads to go through. Pull up a chart and watch the chart. That's all you need to do. You have an understanding of what the red vector candle is. You have an understanding of how the 50 EMA works. You understand the principle of the whole number and the half number, where market maker will build his longs below key notable areas. Okay? So let me just pull up the whole and half number principle. Have I got it on here now? No, I do not. Let me just get that sorted out. Here we go. There we go. Where are we? We're at the half number principle right now, and that's where Euro found support. Funnily enough, that's where Euro last night found even more support. So I'm in a good area of support. I can only assume that they're going to try and mark price up and move even higher to the next zone of imbalance where it's present in the chart. Where's that, Tino? Well, that is right here with the red vector candle zone all the way up there. Okay, so at what point will I start seeing price going into that zone? Well, once it starts going into that region right there. Now I've got nothing else to do. Sit back and watch it. You are looking for volatility. That's all you're looking for. You're not looking for the home run. You're just looking for the quick little fart in the chart and then capitalize on it. There we go, another little red vector candle zone right there. That tells me, because of what happened here, it's going to move up. Because I understand something about this candlestick here. I understand there's something brewing here. They're going to mark euro up one more time, and that's when I will get out of this position. They're going to do it. They've done it here. Spike. They'll do this little bullshit story here, but they're going to move because that's exactly what they did here. This pattern of candlestick tells me they tried to pick up longs to trap traders to shift out on them. They did it here. They did it here. Why is it any different here? It's all adding up for me to see price moving up. I'm waiting now for the green vector candle to come into play in this area. I'm in a point of volatility that could be developing. I'm above the 50 EMA. I can only see the next vector zone. It's turned into a blue vector candle and volume more than what it was on the red vector. So there's interest inside of this zone. I'm expecting the move up. And there's nothing more I can do in the chart, guys. There's nothing more I can take from the hybrid system other than to watch the candlesticks deliver and play out the way that I believe they're going to play out until I am challenged on my idea, and then I'll have to get rid of the trade. That's all I need to do. I can't control the market, but I can control the decisions that I make based on what Mr. Market Maker is trying to do in this zone. There is activity in this area, guys. We know that because we've just had these bouts. This is the first vector candle, appears above the 50 EMA. Now, it might take a little bit of a while to mark price up. I've got news coming out, and I'm going to keep this video going until I do see the move that I want to see. So now I'm looking at the chart and I'm saying to myself, okay, I've seen dollar make a little bit of a move and it's failing to get above the vector, the cloud. And now it's looking like it wants to try and make a move. Could this be the false move? I'm not seeing any vector zones other than this little red vector region right here. And now my position is being compromised. But a minute ago, I was like, hold on a second. Isn't the move going to happen? When's the vectors going to come into play? When are they going to mark price up? It's these moments where you are then challenged. It's these moments that make you say, well, stay in the trade, Tino. Go with your story. This is a zone. If they were going to drop it, they would have dropped it many a times before. How do you not know that this could be a little bit of a trap by Mr. Market Maker? What if this now engages in the move that we're looking for? Do I have every reason to stay in the trade? Yes, I do. Because I stay with my belief. This is one thing. You have to have belief. You have to believe in yourself and believe in what you have understood about the chart at this point in time. I've got the criteria. Euro's made the move down. I'm only looking for a move back up to this zone. This move to the upside right here is not going to create a wave of traders coming in because Euro's now going to pump. Look at where my positions are. They are in a zone where price keeps on trying to move out. I'm naturally expecting volatility to come in to shift Euro out. I have every reason to keep this trade open. Oh, look, it's only $174, or it's so close to my entry. Oh, I'm going in the red again. Shit, what do I do? I know how much I'm prepared to lose. I'm prepared to lose about $400-500. I'm not even anywhere near that yet. Look where I am. Price holding the cloud. Everything is coming in my favor. So far, so good. Why do I need to get rid of it? What, because it's not going the way I want it to go straight away? My story was when I opened the trade that I favored it coming up. So why am I going to challenge that? Has it challenged me yet? Has it given me a reason to get out of the trade? The only thing that's going to shake you out of your trade, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're using too much size. That's the only thing that's going to shake you out. Because then you're not looking at the charts. Then you're not going to allow this candlestick to do that. Because then you're going to be like, oh shit, man, it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. I don't think it's going to move up. What do I do? Oh, my account is getting burnt. I can't handle this. Please go up euro. Please go up euro. But I'm having a different conversation in the back of my mind. My conversation in my mind is, well, I've opened my longs. You've not breached this zone. You've come in and showed me a vector candle here. Something's brewing. I can only expect euro to make the move and burst to the upside. I'm going to get this video rendered for you, ladies and gentlemen. This might take a little bit of a while, but I don't want it to be too long. But I hope you can learn something from this. Keep your trading as simple as possible, okay? Once you've done all your levels and drawn off your zones and all the liquidations and where you think it's going to go, okay, cool. Now stare at the chart and watch how it's behaving. Get a feel for the candlestick, man. You go on a date, the first thing you're going to do is try and find something that make you think, oh, do I like her or not? Oh, I don't like the way she burps. Oh, sorry, she just broke wind and all that shit. You're going to pick up on this stuff. The chart is exactly the same. There's behavioral movement here. Each candlestick gives you something about what's going on and what could potentially happen. You give someone a glass of wine, they drink it. You give them another one, they drink it. You give them another 4 or 5, you can tell where they're going to go because they're building up towards that moment of being pissed. The chart's exactly the same. They're compressing the price, getting closer and closer. I'm seeing activity happening inside of this zone. This area right here twice has been tested as an area of support in euro. I can only assume that with the way things are moving right now in this zone, that I'm going to see a bit of a move back up in towards this range to fall through with the logic that they're grabbing liquidity. Now it's paused. Something's brewing. Blue vector candle on the dominance of the dollar tells me that they're going to try and come back down into that zone. Now, this pause is a little bit too long for my liking. I don't like it. Oh, there we go. So now I expect euro to come up because the dollar dominance has got a blue vector candle right there. So I'm expecting it. So I've just got to sit tight, still in my range, still in my area of freedom. A fast move from here is going to happen inside this zone. This is a trap. This is the stop run. This will turn into a wick. I'm feeling it because of experience. It tells me I've been in this situation before. They ain't going to give it to us straight away. They're going to try and grab the liquidity and then try and mark back up. Turn into a wick. That will give me more information about this move. Coming to the end of the candlestick. Hopefully it fit. There it is. There's your wick. There's that trickery. There's that manipulative play. The BS by market maker. These are the things that he shakes you out in, guys. And look at how small it is. But that's a candlestick that makes people do something. I hope that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. I'll keep you posted on this position and when I get out of it. Mad love and respect. Peace.